When installing a rigid conduit mast for a 200 amp electrical service, proper support is crucial. There are several methods to achieve this, focusing on standoff clamps and mounting plates, while coordinating with other contractors. Firstly, consider using standoff clamps such as the Arlington S-159. These clamps are designed to wrap around the rigid conduit, providing a stable support system while allowing other trades, like siding contractors, to work around them without significant obstruction. The key benefit here is the balance between structural support and accessibility. Secondly, mounting plates such as the Arlington 2280-meter mount plates can be directly mounted to the building. Secure the rigid conduit to these plates using lock nuts. This creates a robust and stable base for the entire conduit system. This approach offers a more permanent and rigid support solution. Now let's walk through the steps to install the service, keeping in mind the importance of compliance with local codes and regulations. 1. Confirm height requirements. Before starting any physical installation, refer to the PSE&G requirements, specifically page 104 of the provided PDF, to ensure that the mast height meets all necessary specifications. This step is crucial for compliance and safety. 2. Install standoff clamps or mounting plates. Based on your preference and the specific needs of the project, choose either the standoff clamps or the mounting plates as your primary support method. Remember to consider the accessibility requirements of other contractors when making this decision. 3. Mount conduit mast. Secure the rigid conduit to either the standoff clamps or the mounting plates. Use a level to ensure that the mast is perfectly plumb. This is essential for both the structural integrity and the aesthetic appeal of the installation. 4. Attach meter mount. Install the Arlington 2280-meter mount on top of the conduit mast. Secure the meter pin to the mount, ensuring a solid and weather-tight connection. 5. Install service entrance cable. Run the service entrance cable from the meter socket to the electrical panel inside the building. Ensure that the cable is properly supported and protected along its entire length. 6. Connect to panel. Connect the service entrance cable to the main breaker or service disconnect within the electrical panel. Make sure all connections are tight and comply with electrical codes. Here are some additional tips to keep in mind throughout the installation process. Use a level frequently. Using a level throughout the installation ensures the conduit mast is plumb, which is crucial for both structural stability and visual appearance. Tighten all connections securely. Ensure that all connections, whether mechanical or electrical, are properly tightened to prevent any loosening over time. Loose connections can lead to a variety of problems, including electrical arcing and overheating. Keep the conduit runs as straight as possible. Straight conduit runs are easier to work with and provide a cleaner, more professional look. Minimize bends whenever possible. Allow at least 8 feet of clearance below the meter socket. This clearance is typically required for the utility company, PSE&G in this case, to safely connect their equipment to the meter socket. This is a critical safety requirement. Communicate with the siding contractor. Before, during, and after the installation, maintain open communication with the siding contractor. Ensure they understand the location and configuration of the conduit supports and can work around them without damaging the electrical system. Consider using appropriate hardware. Utilize galvanized or stainless steel hardware to prevent corrosion, especially in coastal or otherwise corrosive environments. Proper hardware selection can significantly extend the lifespan of the installation. Use proper grounding techniques. Ensure that the grounding system is properly installed and connected. A well-grounded system is essential for safety and helps to prevent electrical shock hazards. Apply anti-seize compound. Apply a small amount of anti-seize compound to the threads of all conduit connections. This will make it easier to disassemble the system in the future if necessary. Check for proper weatherproofing. Ensure that all connections and enclosures are properly weatherproofed to prevent water from entering the electrical system. Water intrusion can cause corrosion and electrical failures. Document the installation. Keep detailed records of the installation, including photographs, diagrams, and a list of materials used. This documentation can be invaluable for future maintenance or repairs. Use the right tools for the job. Invest in high-quality tools that are specifically designed for electrical work. The right tools will make the job easier, safer, and more efficient. Follow the NEC and local codes. Always adhere to the latest edition of the National Electrical Code (NEC) and any local electrical codes or regulations. These codes are in place to protect people and property from electrical hazards. Perform a thorough inspection. Once the installation is complete, perform a thorough inspection to ensure that everything is installed correctly and that there are no potential safety hazards. Test the system. After the inspection, test the system to ensure that it is functioning properly. This may involve using a multimeter or other testing equipment to verify voltage levels and continuity. Obtain necessary permits and inspections. Before starting any electrical work, obtain all necessary permits from the local authorities. Once the work is complete, schedule an inspection to ensure that it complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Be aware of potential hazards. Always be aware of potential hazards when working with electricity. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment (PPE) such as safety glasses and gloves, and follow all safety procedures. Disconnect power before working. Always disconnect the power to the circuit before working on any electrical components. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off. Work with a qualified electrician. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself, or if you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide guidance and ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Consider future expansion. When planning the installation, consider the possibility of future expansion. It may be wise to install a larger conduit or panel than is currently needed to accommodate future electrical loads. Choose a reputable supplier. Purchase electrical materials from a reputable supplier to ensure that they meet all applicable safety standards. Use the correct wire size. Ensure that the wire size is appropriate for the circuit load. Using undersized wire can lead to overheating and fire hazards. Properly label all circuits. Clearly label all circuits in the electrical panel to make it easier to identify and troubleshoot problems in the future. Keep the work area clean and organized. A clean and organized work area is safer and more efficient. Avoid clutter and debris that could create tripping hazards. Store materials properly. Store electrical materials in a dry, secure location to prevent damage or deterioration. Use appropriate fasteners. Use fasteners that are appropriate for the materials being joined. For example, use stainless steel fasteners when working with aluminum conduit to prevent corrosion. Protect cables from damage. Protect electrical cables from physical damage by routing them through conduit or using cable guards. Support cables properly. Support electrical cables at regular intervals to prevent them from sagging or straining connections. Use proper grounding bushings. Use grounding bushings on all metal conduit to ensure a proper ground connection. Install surge protection. Consider installing surge protection devices to protect sensitive electronic equipment from voltage spikes. Educate the homeowner. Educate the homeowner about the proper use and maintenance of the electrical system. This will help to prevent problems and ensure that the system operates safely for years to come. Review manufacturer's instructions. Always review the manufacturer's instructions for all electrical components before installation. This will help to ensure that the components are installed correctly and that they function properly. Double-check all work. Before energizing the circuit, double-check all work to ensure that everything is installed correctly and that there are no potential safety hazards. Be patient and take your time. Electrical work should not be rushed. Take your time and pay attention to detail to ensure that the job is done right. Remember safety first. Above all, remember that safety is the most important consideration when working with electricity. Follow all safety procedures and take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. And here are some additional considerations for selecting the right rigid conduit and fittings. Firstly, material selection. Rigid metal conduit is typically available in steel and aluminum. Steel is stronger and more resistant to physical damage, while aluminum is lighter and more resistant to corrosion. Choose the material that is best suited for the environment in which the conduit will be installed. Secondly, conduit size. The size of the conduit must be large enough to accommodate the conductors that will be installed inside it. Refer to the National Electrical Code (NEC) for the proper conduit fill requirements. Thirdly, fitting type. A variety of fittings are available for rigid conduit, including couplings, elbows, and connectors. Choose fittings that are compatible with the conduit material and size, and that are appropriate for the specific application. Fourthly, corrosion resistance. If the conduit will be installed in a corrosive environment, such as near saltwater or chemicals, choose fittings that are made from corrosion-resistant materials, such as stainless steel or PVC-coated steel. Fifthly, grounding. Ensure that all conduit and fittings are properly grounded to provide a safe path for fault current. Use grounding bushings and bonding jumpers to connect the conduit to the grounding system. Sixthly, weatherproofing. If the conduit will be exposed to the weather, use weatherproof fittings to prevent water from entering the conduit system. Seventhly, identification. Clearly identify all conduit runs to make it easier to troubleshoot problems in the future. Use conduit markers or labels to indicate the circuit number and voltage. Eighthly, support. Support the conduit properly to prevent it from sagging or straining connections. Use conduit hangers and straps to support the conduit at regular intervals. Ninthly, expansion. Consider the effects of thermal expansion and contraction on the conduit system. Use expansion fittings to accommodate movement caused by temperature changes. Tenthly, code compliance. Ensure that all conduit and fittings comply with the National Electrical Code (NEC) and local electrical codes. This will help to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant. And remember, always prioritize safety and accuracy.